Where was Salim Rushdie born? In Bombay, India. What was Salim Rushdie's father's profession? Salim Rushdie's father, he was a skilled lawyer and businessman. What academic degree did Rushdie earn from the University of Cambridge? MA in History. Which of Rushdie's books won the Booker Prize in 1981? It's Midnight's Children. Midnight's Children won the Booker Prize in 1981. Which literary organization elected Rushdie as a fellow? The Royal Society of Literature. Why did Ayatollah issue a fatwa against Salman Rushdie? For blasphemy in his novel The Satanic Verses concerning Islam and a controversial Muslim tradition. In which city has Rushdie been living since 2000? New York City. When was Salim Sinai born? At the exact moment of India's independence from British rule. Who is the author of Midnight's Children? Salman Rushdie. When was Midnight's Children published? The novel was published in 1981. What is the central premise of Midnight's Children? The novel follows the life of Salim Sinai, who is born at the exact moment of India's independence from the British rule in 1947. He discovers that he is one of the 1001 children born with special powers and their lives become intertwined with the history of India. Is there any film adaptation of Midnight's Children? Yes, a film adaptation of Midnight's Children was released in 2012, directed by Deepa Mehta and written by Salman Rushdie himself. What are some of the major themes explored in Midnight's Children? Some major themes in the novel include identity, history, memory, and the legacy of colonialism. What role does Adam Aziz play in the novel? Adam Aziz is Salim Sinai's grandfather and a respected doctor who initially comes from Kashmir. He represents the older generation's struggles with tradition and modernity. Who is Mary Pereira? Mary Pereira is Salim Sinai's nurse and caretaker during his childhood. She has a significant influence on his upbringing. What is the literary device used to blend magical elements with reality in Midnight's Children? It's magic realism. What literary device used when the protagonist serves as the storyteller of his own life? First person narration. What is the title of Book 1 of Midnight's Children? Book 1 of Midnight's Children is titled as The Perforated Sheet. What does the perforated sheet refer to in the context of the book? The perforated sheet is a literal sheet of paper with holes punched in it, and it serves as the metaphor for the partition of India and the creation of Pakistan. What major historical event is explored in Book 1? Book 1 explores the partition of India in 1947 and its consequences on Salim Sinai and the characters around him. How do Adam and Naseem initially communicate with each other? Through a large sheet with a small hole cut in the center. Who is Naseem Ghani? The daughter of a local landowner. Who befriends Adam Aziz after witnessing Mahatma Gandhi's Hartal? It's the hummingbird. Who is the woman who listens to Salim's story every night? It's Padma. Whom does Nadir Khan fall in love with while living under the floor? It's Mumtaz, Adam Aziz's daughter. What is the name of Mumtaz's second husband? Ahmad Sinai. What act does the midwife Mary Pereira perform on the infant's name tags? Here she switches the both children. Whose voices does Salim Sinai hear in his head? The other children born during the midnight hour of independence. In which country does Salim's family move during civil unrest? Pakistan. What causes Salim to forget his name and identity? Being hit on the head by an airborne spiton. Who declares a state of emergency in India? It's Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. What program does Mrs. Gandhi implement during the state of emergency? It's sterilization program. What is Salim's occupation? Pickle factory worker. Who is the owner of a local pickle factory in Bombay? Mary Pereira. Where did Salim's grandfather receive his medical degree from? From Oxford University. Who is the social activist known as Hummingbird? It's Mia Abdullah. Who falls in love with Mumtaz Aziz during his confinement in the basement? Nadir Khan. How many children of midnight were born on August 15th, 1947? It's 1001 children. What is the new name of Salim's mother after she marries Ahmed Sinoy? It's Amina Sinoy. Who is Nadir Khan? Nadir Khan, he is a poet. What event occurs at the stroke of midnight on August 15th? The baby's birth and India's independence. What happens to Vanita, the mother of the exchanged child? Vanita dies soon after child's birth. What does Salim create to connect the Midnight's children? A network called the Midnight's Children Conference. How does Amina accumulate a fortune? Betting on horses. Who does Salim live with after finding out his true parentage? His uncle Hanif and Aunt Pia. How many children of midnight have survived to the age of 9? 581 children survived. What does Salim discover about the financier of his uncle and aunt's films? It's Homi. Homi is having an affair with the wife of a Navy officer. What event brings Salim's whole family together for mourning? The deaths of Catrat, his wife, and Uncle Hanif. Where does Salim go after leaving his uncle and aunt? He goes to Pakistan. What happens to Salim's telekinetic powers in Pakistan? They become too weak to connect the children of midnight. What does Salim gain and lose as a result of the operation? He gains an extraordinarily keen sense of smell but loses his telekinetic power. What tragedy befalls Salim's family during the war between India and Pakistan? His grandmother, Aunts Pia and Emerald, and his parents all are killed by Indian bombs. Who does Salim come across during his journey and what is their significance? He comes across Parvati the witch, one of the Midnight's children, who recognizes him from his projected image. Where does Salim stay for 420 days after returning to India? He stays with the family of his uncle Mustafa, mourning the dead. What does Salim become and whom does he marry? Salim becomes a communist and marries Parvati the witch. What tragedy befalls Parvati the witch? And what happens to the remaining children of midnight? Parvati is killed when government forces led by Shiva attacking the ghetto. The remaining children of midnight are sterilized by the government. What challenge does Picture Singh undertake in Bombay? Picture Singh challenges another woman at a nightclub for the title of greatest snake charmer in the world. What does Salim do when he smells chutney in Bombay? Salim goes to the factory where the chutney is made and discovers that it is run by Mary Pereira, his old nanny. Who is Mia Abdullah? Mia Abdullah is the founder of the Free Islam Convocation, an organization involved in subversive politics. He is assassinated by government agents in Agra in 1942. Who is Adam Aziz and what is his role in the story? Adam Aziz is Salim's grandfather. He is a doctor who has a political involvement at certain points in the story. He dies in 1964 after returning to Kashmir in search of religious icon. I wish you all the very best, my dear friends. Thank you so much.